just a prayer away. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's happening, he is just a prayer away. So maybe you want to just think about where you are. Some have lost their jobs. Some have been told members of their families have a disease. Some families have broken up. There's lack of income, a number of things. But God is just a prayer away. But I just want to share a few things about Shelby as she walked this life, how she encouraged people. And this is in the book. Once after one of Shelby's strokes, she was sitting in the bed and her mom was sitting to the side. And she wanted to ask Shelby, she said, "Shelby, are you happy?" Shelby said, "Yeah, what about you?" You know, see, people would ask me, ask us, how does Shelby act after a stroke or a seizure or the shunt in her brain? And would always say, like, nothing happened. Shelby would get up a day or so after having a surgery, and she would walk up and down Children's Hospital singing her favorite song that you're going to hear her sing in a moment. And I know her teachers and all of them know, "Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible tells me so." You see, when Shelby had her first stroke, we would just play that song over and over and over. We never taught her the words. When she came to and woke up, and later when she got home, she just started singing the song. One of our friends came to the hospital to see Shelby, and she was, you know, heart heavy about the family and stuff. And when that friend walked in, she was just sitting by Shelby, and Shelby said, "Can I sing you a song?" She said, "Yes." You know that song that said, "Praise is what I do when I want to get close to you." And all Shelby said was, "Is what I do. Is what I do. Is what I do." See, when it gets tough for you sometimes, maybe you can't sing the whole song, but you can say, "It's what I do. It's what I do." And some of you may know, most recently in November, Shelby had surgery. The doctor said for 7 years that they couldn't do it because she may remain a vegetable, or she might not wake up. And as Roy, Shawan, and I and other folks were sitting out in the lobby all day, 9 hours, waiting for Shelby, waiting for the doctor to come out, we prayed and we trusted God and we believed. And I'm grateful to a group of young people over at Light Church and the director, Shree, who decided to pray from the night before she had surgery to the night after. And they would read from the confession book, and they would say the same thing. And we were just praying, and Shawana would cry a little bit, and we're like, "It's well, it's well." But after 9 hours, Dr. Swift walked out, and we jumped up, all three of us walked up, and Roy said, "Well, is she moving?" He said, "Well, she's moving a little bit, her left leg." And I said, "Is she talking?" He said, "Well, she has this tube down her throat, so she can't talk right now, but you can see her in about an hour." And so in an hour, the three of us walked down the hall in recovery, waiting to see Shelby. And we walk around the corner, and we hear somebody saying, "My ear, my ear, my ear." We've never been so grateful and so excited to hear Shelby speaking. And so then Roy and Shawana decided to go home and get a bath or a shower and rest a little bit. And I was left there with Shelby. And I walked into the room, and I got down in her face, and I said, "Shelby, do you know who I am?" She said, "Yeah, Brenda Parker." You know. And this is less than 4 hours after surgery. And I couldn't wait to call her. She's talking. She said, "Look, I want some water with some ice in it. I want my Barney DVD. And where's my purse?" And one nurse said, "Oh my God, this little girl is talking less than 5 hours." And one nurse who's been working with Shelby for the 7 years, she said, "Oh, that's just Shelby." Those are just the things that Shelby will do to encourage people and to encourage herself, you know. And so I want you to know that no matter what you go through, if this little girl can be happy and excited and deal with the pain that she has dealt with, 7 holes drilled in her head. But every time she would go through a surgery, I'm not saying that it wasn't painful, but Shelby Shelby would always come out singing or smiling. And maybe a nurse would walk into the hospital room and she might not be having a great day. And Shelby would say, well, how are you? How you doing? You know, I mean, what can you say when this little girl who has gone through all the things that she has gone through, and she's excited and encouraging. And so at this time, what I found that in school, everywhere Shelby goes, she loves to hug. Many of you know that. And she loves to give you a kiss. And sometimes we just like to explain to folks, she's okay. She just was put here to love and to show us how to love. But I'd like for her teacher to come, Miss Patterson, and just come and share a little bit about Shelby and what Shelby's life has meant to her and what Shelby, some of the things that Shelby does to encourage those at the school. So just give Miss Patterson a hand and let her